we're going to start laying back. So with those awkward knees. So what I want you to do is lay back, open your feet up wider than hip width apart, let your inner knees roll in, and then your head and neck relaxes back onto the earth. And just take a moment here and feel like your body can make an imprint into your mat. This feeling of just dropping into this space. Your back feels heavy. You can feel your inner knees touching. Seal the lips and bring the breath through the nose. Scan the body. Is there any part on your body you need to find a little more ease in? Maybe it's the mind that likes to wander. So bring your awareness into the breath. Notice the rise and fall of your chest. Then place one hand on the heart and one hand on the stomach. Slow the breath deeper and feel the belly and chest rise to the sky on the inhale. And it drops back down into your body on the exhale. Soften the belly and the chest as it expands to the sky. Tighten that belly and imagine you're pressing the stale air on the bottom of the lungs on your exhale. Some of you may be moving into Ujjayi breath now, and I invite you to do that. If you're unfamiliar with Ujjayi, inhale like you're bringing the air to the back of the throat where you gargle water. And exhale like you're fogging a mirror, but the lips will stay sealed. Notice the jaw. Are you tightening it with these deeper breaths? And if so, feel yourself relax. Take 2 more deep breaths just like this. On that last exhale, release the arms. You can continue with Ujjayi, return to the normal pace of your breath. But let's heel to our feet in line with our hips, just opening the knees up hip width apart. And then extend your right leg up to the sky. And just feel your belly pull to the earth as you press the heel to the sun. And then a little point and flex of the ankle through the ankle, warming up. And then a rotation through that foot, rolling out the ankle in one direction, and then rolling it out in the other. As we move into that hamstring stretch, go ahead and take the hands to the back of the leg, that hamstring, or some of you will bring them up to your calf. All I ask is that you avoid the back of your knee to keep that joint safe. So about below or above that joint. And again, is your back staying planted on the mat? And either keep your left leg bent or start to slide that left heel out nice and long, pressing through both heels. If you want to move a little deeper, start to curl the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat and activate your abs. So crunching up and then release the head, neck, and shoulders to the earth. As you bend the right knee, take your right arm out to the side. Let's do a little spinal twist, rolling that right hip across, rolling the right knee across, trying to stack the hips. Coming onto your back into figure 4, bend the left knee, cross the right ankle over the thigh, and either stay here with your foot on the mat, lift the knee over hip, or reach around and through to bind into this reclining pigeon. So either figure four or up into this reclining pigeon. Make sure your chin is parallel to the mat. And let's go ahead and release the right foot to the earth, release your arms down, and press your left heel to the sun. And when you press that heel up, feel how your belly pulls down to the mat, stabilizing you. And then point and flex that left foot. Roll the ankle in one direction. Roll the ankle in the other. And when you go for that hamstring stretch, again, you can hold at the hamstring or hold at the calf. And you soften your shoulders for this first part and keep your upper body relaxed on the mat. And maybe you're going to slide that right heel out, taking a deeper stretch. Pressing through both heels, then lift the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat like you're coming up to touch your knee with your nose. Yeah, good. Releasing down, let's get ready for that spinal twist. Bend the knee, take the left arm out to the side, roll that left knee across the body into this spinal twist. Notice how your back is feeling. Do you need to make any adjustments so you feel safe? As you come back to center, bend the right knee and cross the left ankle over the thigh. Work to keep the knee opening away from the chest. Either foot stays on the mat, your right knee goes over hip, or you interlace behind that right leg and come into this bound reclining pigeon. And again, where's your chin? If it's pulling to the sky, bring your chin parallel to the mat. Keep that neck neutral. As we release both feet to the earth, let's bring them hip-width apart and set up for bridge. So take your middle fingers, graze those heels, knowing that we're trying to find distance between the glutes and the legs. And then from here, little tuck of the shoulder blades. Inhale, press your hips up to the sky. Squeeze your inner thighs like you have a block between the legs. And exhale to lower back down. Good. Again, inhale, press hips up to the sun. Exhale, lower down. I want you to feel equal pressure into both feet as well as across the foot from the big toe all the way out to the pinky toe. And lower down. One more time, just like this. Lift the hips. And lower those hips back down. I want you to heel toe the feet together. And then come into Supta Baddha Konasana, recline bound angle, opening the knees out to the side. So we did a bridge lift with our feet parallel to one another. Now our feet are touching, our knees are open. And let's take a bridge lift here. So as you keep the soles of your feet together, inhale, lift the hips off the earth. Just a different way to activate the body. And exhale, lower down. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, press to lift. Make sure it's not the back of your head. Lower down. Use those shoulder blades. Use the back of your arms. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, lower down. Go ahead and draw your knees back up to the sun. Take your fingertips to the temples. Let's work our powerhouse, our core. Some crunches. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, release down. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, release. Good. Take this 4 more times. Finding your own pace. Moving with your breath. Last 2. And after that last one, let's set up for figure 4. Cross the right ankle over the thighs. The key here is to keep your knee pulling away from your chest and then bring your left shoulder towards the right knee. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Twist and release. Good. Twist and take 3 more. After this last one, change legs. Take the same thing, but over to that left knee. Twist over and come back. Twist and release. Exhale on the twist. 3 more. When you come back to center, go ahead and lift the knees over the hips and bring your hands to your hamstrings. Now, roll to your tailbone and shoulder blades 3 times before coming all the way up. If you're not rolling, just rock to your side and press yourself up. And you can hold in a boat prep if you'd like. On that last one, you're going to come up and hold. Yeah, lifting those shins, lifting the heart. Yeah, go ahead and reach towards those heels. Pull your chest a little higher. And then meet me in down dog. Make your way to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So as you plant your hands on the mat, really press firm between those thumb and index fingers and send your ribs back towards your thighs. Feel like your head and neck can relax and hang like a chandelier. Some of you will bend the knees to keep ease out of the back of the legs. Others will pedal the heels, stretching a little deeper. So finding what works for you. Be very careful of looking at your hands. Your chest wants to pull forward. Keep pushing your chest back towards your thighs. Take a hold in your down dog. And let's bring our knees to the mat and enter into table. So you're probably going to have to walk your hands in to take your hands underneath your shoulders. And from here, instead of cat and cow, let's do our little funky, I call it like the cat-cow hula hoop. So you're going to swing your ribs up and around like you're hula hooping. If you're like, yeah, that's not going to work for me, go into traditional cat and cow. It is okay. Take one more time here and then change directions. Sometimes when we introduce something to our body that does not feel normal, our mind goes crazy. So if you don't want this, go into cat and cow 2 more times around. And on that last one, come back up into table. And then float into child's pose if you're comfortable, sending those hips back towards those heels. We don't have to come all the way back. It can be a halfway or even puppy pose, but let's reach out nice and long. Imagine you're trying to stretch so long your fingers can reach off the mat. Take a nice big inhale here to stretch long, and as you exhale, walk your hands to the right side of your mat as far as you can go. And just push into the earth and feel that left side stretch nice and long. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, walk your hands over to the left side. And again, feel this deep stretch through the right side of the body. Inhale, bring your hands back to center. Exhale, take a pause as you reach long. Setting up for kneeling plank. Inhale, draw the chest forward over the thumbs. And let's do our yogi push-up. Exhale, bring the elbows into the rib cage. Inhale, press up. We're going to take this 4 more times. Exhale, bend the elbows in. Inhale, press. Make sure your shoulders do not go below that elbow crease. When you finish that last one, meet me in down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let your head gaze down towards your knees or your ankles, whatever feels best for you. Look at your fingers. Walk your feet forward to your hands coming into Uttanasana, this forward fold. And as you enter into this fold, you may need a block underneath your hands because we're going to add a twist. So leaving your left hand on the earth, bend your left knee. So kind of sit heavy into that outer right hip and pull that right arm up to the sky. And just what are you feeling in that outer hip? And breathe ease into that hip. Go ahead and come back into your fold. Both knees can bend or stay straight. Then bend your right knee, straighten your left leg. Sit a little bit into the outside of that left hip as you peel that arm up to the sky. Come back to center into your fold. And let's take this one more time, but this time keep both legs straight. And then inhale, bring the right arm up to the sky. Now, if you need to bend the knees because that brings you ease, otherwise, lift your heart up towards that right thumb. Come back into fold. And other side, left arm rises and feel like you're spinning your heart up to that left thumb. Release into your fold, head hangs heavy. Look to your upper thighs or your knees just to let your head hang. Then inhale, halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more time, halfway lift. Good, exhale, fold. Let's reverse up to the sun. And exhale the hands to the heart and take a moment, gaze to those fingertips. And at this moment, I invite you to set an intention for your practice. What is it that you need today? What can you let go of that won't serve you as you flow? My theme this month has been about change. And when we resist the change that is inevitable, we miss the change that is possible. This is your journey. Be kind, be patient, relax, let go. So as we stand tall and meet in Tadasana, make sure you're at the top third of your mat so you have the rest of the mat to move on. Today we're going to work through Sun A and Sun B. If you want to stick with Sun Salutation A, you are more than welcome to. But let's inhale, bring the palms together, rise up to the sun. Follow those thumbs. Exhale, fold to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, fingers to shins as you flatten the back. Exhale, fold. I'll take you through a kneeling version first. Let's bend our knees and step into kneeling plank. Yeah, go ahead and lower to crocodile or half. Lift to cobra. And hinge back. Hold down dog. 4 deep breaths. Pressing firm between the thumb and index finger. Feel like you're hollowing out those armpits. And on your next inhale, bend knees, look to thumbs, step to those hands into forward fold. Lift halfway on your inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Remember, this is the fastest part of the class. We'll slow down after this. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. As you bend those knees, make your way into plank or kneeling. Shift shoulders before lowering, crocodile, half or relax. Scoop up dog, cobra or baby cobra. Hinge back, hold your down dog. On that inhale, look to those thumbs, make your way to your hands into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse back up to the sun. Hands to the heart. We're going to do this 2 more times. Rise to the sky. Fold to the earth. Halfway lift. Then fold. As you make your way to plank or kneeling, then shift shoulders, lower crocodile, half or relax. Scoop to the sun, up dog, cobra or baby cobra. Hinge back, hold your down dog. And let's bend our knees, look to thumbs, make our way to our hands into that forward fold. Lift halfway, then fold. Rise to the sun, hands into heart. This last one is on your own. Take it at your own pace, but start your inhale to rise. Remember, we're not here for perfect. We're here for yoga practice. Where does the pose go for you today? Letting go of what you did yesterday, or even last week in your practice. Be in this moment. As we bend our knees and look to thumbs, make your way to your hands back into your forward fold. And then when you finish your flow, we rise back to the top of the mat and just let the hands settle at the heart. So when we do Surya Namaskar B, it's going to ask a lot more of you for those chaturangas. But I want you to take a slow rise for 4 counts in Warrior 1 and a slow rise to hinge back down. And I'll take you through it the first couple rounds, and then I'll send you on your own. But from here, let's go ahead and inhale, rise to the sky. Exhale, fold to the earth. Halfway lift and fold. Bend the knees, make your way to plank or kneeling. I know I forgot chair pose. Shift forward, lower crocodile, half or relax. Scoop up dog, cobra or baby cobra. Hinge back, down dog. Warrior one, bring your right foot forward, left heel down. Take a slow rise up to the sky. 3, 4, hold, and then hinge down. 1, 2, 3, hands down on 4. Step to plank or kneeling. Shift shoulders, lower crocodile or half. Scoop up dog, cobra or baby cobra. Hinge back, down dog. Warrior one, left foot forward, right head down. Slow rise up. 1, 2, 3, touch on 4, hold. Find the power and then hinge back down. 1, 2, 3, hands to the mat, step to plank or kneeling. Shift shoulders, lower towards the earth. Scoop to the sun. Hinge back, hold. 4 deep breaths. Bend your knees, lift to thumbs, make your way to your hands into forward fold. Lift halfway, then fold. Let's sit in chair, hips down, hands rise. Exhale to stand tall. All right, so here we go. Inhale to sit in chair. Utkatasana. Weight is in the heels. Fold to the earth. Halfway lift, then fold. Bend your knees, make your way to plank or kneeling. Shift shoulders, lower crocodile, half or relax. Scoop up dog, cobra or baby cobra. Hinge back, down dog or child's pose. Pick the right leg up if you want. Sweep it forward for warrior one. Slow rise up. 1, 2, 3, touch on 4. Come back down. 1, 2, 3, hands on 4. Step to plank or kneeling. Lower crocodile or half. Lift up dog or cobra. Hinge back, down dog. Warrior one, pick that left leg up if you like. Sweep it to the hands. Slow rise up. 1, 2, 3, touch on 4. Come back down. 1, 2, 3, hands on 4. Step to plank or kneeling. Shift the shoulders before lowering. Scoop the heart to the sun. Hinge back for that hold. When you're ready, look to those thumbs. Make your way into forward fold. Halfway lift and fold. Let's sit in chair, hips down, hands rise. Press to stand tall. This last round is yours. Take it at your own pace. If you'd rather do sun A, do sun A. Good. Listen to your body. Adjust for that feedback. You know your body best. Slow rise, remember. You are the student of your body. Adjust for what it means. The last thing we need to do is say, I knew I shouldn't have done that. When you finish, just stand tall at the top of your mat in Tadasana. When you rise tall, just close your eyes. Allow yourself to let go of judgments, to let go of expectations, to let go of competition, whether it's internal or external. That's not good. I can edit the other part out. The story of my life, you guys. All right. Who knows how long that fell over for? You know, when you move and everything's in storage, I have no idea where my tripod is. So as we stand nice and tall, just take a nice big inhale, open the mouth, sigh it out. So let's go ahead and place our hands on our hips, feeling how even our hips are, and we want to work to keep the hips even. As you anchor into this right foot, bring your left leg up. Then take the leg out, bring the leg in. Open it to the side, press the heel out, bring the heel in. Come back to center. Again, press out and bend. Open to the side. Press out and bend. Watch your hips with your hands on your hips. Is that pelvic staying stable as you move the leg? You're going to be glad when this extended hand to big toe drill is over, right? Come back to center. Hold here. Float into warrior one. Release that left heel back. Bring the hands to the heart. Let's let our mighty warrior rise up to the sky, looking to the thumbs, straight ahead. Whatever feels best for your neck, but I need you to bend into that right knee and pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Yeah. As we make our way into twisting half moon, I want you to bring your hands to the heart. As you bow forward, send your left hand forward of your right foot and rise up with a twist of the right hand to the sun. So think of that forward fold we did. But I want you to hug that right hip in and back. Push through both heels. And take a release into warrior two. Send that left foot back. Windmill open to your warrior two. Front knee bent, back leg straight. So when we look over our fingertips, be very careful this left hip isn't turning. You can either gaze over your fingertips or look straight ahead. It is up to you. As we straighten the leg for triangle, I want you to slide your rib cage over your thigh and then slowly tip for that thigh, shin, or in front or behind that calf. Feel equal pressure into both feet. Let's windmill down into twisting lunge. So as you swing the left hand inside the right foot, once you plant the hand down, heel toe the foot over and extend up to the sun. Again, another twist. Wring out any stress or tension you've been carrying. As you come into side angle, float that heel down. Bring your right forearm to the thigh and sweep the left arm up and around towards the ear. Nice big stretch here. Be careful of sinking in the shoulder. Push into that thigh. Pull your ribs up and away. As we come into standing archer, rise up. Pick up your right toes. As you grab the wrist, keep your left hip tucked under. Stretch over to the back edge of your mat. Yeah, keep your heart lifting to the sky. And then come back into warrior two. And tip into side angle. And float into reverse warrior. Come into triangle. Just a breath with movement flow. Rise up to reverse triangle. Legs stay straight. Back into side angle. Bend the knee. Float up to reverse warrior. Legs don't change for this one. Straighten the legs for triangle. Rise up for reverse triangle. Keep the left hip tucked under. 2 more rounds. Side angle, Parsva Konasana. Reverse warrior. Trikonasana. Triangle. And then reverse triangle. One more time. Remember to inhale and exhale with your movements. Good, beautiful work. From your reverse triangle, windmill into that low lunge and step into plank. Bring your chest forward to your thumbs. Pick up your right foot and bring it halfway up the mat, just halfway. Flip your heels to the left and pick your right arm up. Now you might have to move your foot further towards the edge of your mat if it's too close to the body, but first I want you to lift your hips up and stretch into this rainbow. And then I want you to lower your hip to the floor and look to your right thumb, the left thumb. And then rise up, bring that right arm overhead, and lower down, bring that left hip, look to your thumb. Good, inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. You do not have to do this. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, lower. This time when you lift up, come into three-legged dog. So spin the hand down, sweep the right leg to the sky. Pushing your rib cage back towards your thighs. Flex the foot, bend the knee, roll that hip open. As you make your way into lizard, sweep that right foot outside your hand. Release your knee to the mat and let your hips go heavy. Yeah. So we have our foot wide as our mat, and our knee is hugging in. Be careful of rolling to the edge of your foot. And then let's shift back into half monkey. Send your hip over your knee, curl your right toes up. And you may have to bring your hands closer. You may have to come up on a block. Otherwise, reach your fingertips forward. And let's do a little rock and roll here. Roll forward to the right foot. Rock back to the left knee. Forward and back. We're going to do this 2 more times. But when you come forward, we're going to do our little kneeling reverse version of Warrior 2, reverse warrior. So take your left big toe across the mat and come up onto that right thigh. Now you're welcome to stay here and just take your hand to your hip, or you're going to turn your back toes under. And as your left hand goes to your left heel, your right arm will reach overhead. Take a nice big stretch here. You don't have to have your toes curled under. You can have your foot flat, reaching for your arch, but I want you to press your right knee open. Pull yourself up with those core muscles, windmill down, and step into plank. And when you're ready, lower to crocodile. You don't have to do this. Lift to up dog. Hinge back, hold down dog. Take a moment, shake the head, yes, and no. As you look to your thumbs, bring yourself into Uttanasana, forward fold. Rise up to the sky. Hands lower to the heart. You take a nice big inhale. And let it out. Bring your hands to your heart. Not your heart, your hips. You know what I meant. You're already there. Heart, hips, it all begins with an H. Anyway, so we're going to anchor into that left leg and bring the right knee up. Your favorite part. Then press your heel out. Bring it in. Now, notice, did you collapse into your body to press the heel out? Pull up out of your pelvic floor. Open the knee to the side. Extend out. Come in. Center. Press. Bend. Open. Extend. Bend. Come back to center. Extend. Good. Come back to center. Release into Warrior 1. Send that right foot back. Bend into the left knee. Make sure your heels are not on this tightrope. Have space between your heels. Think of your feet being hip width apart. Yeah, then bring the hands to the heart. Rise up with your mighty warrior. Remember, our warrior is rising out of the earth. Virabhadra was created from the dreadlocks of the god. Are you pulling your abs in to keep your ribs from flaring? And as we make our way into twisting half moon, the hands can come to the heart. And as you bow forward, release the right hand forward. Drive up into that left hip as you pick the right leg up. You can look to the ground. That may help best with drishti, eye gaze for balance. You can look to the side or up to your thumb. Push through both heels. Find stability. Use a block. Release into warrior two. Send that foot back. Rise up, opening hips and shoulders. Yeah, front knee bent, back leg straight. Remember, if you're looking over your fingertips, be careful of this right hip pulling with you. Keep it just the gaze. Let's straighten the leg. Move into triangle. Nice big reach here. Big long stretch. Hand to thigh, shin. Even use a block if you need it in front or behind that calf. Coming into twisting lunge, you're going to windmill as you bend the knee, the right hand inside the foot. You might have to move this left foot over and pull that hand up to the sky. Again, looking down to the side or up to the thumb. I need you to hug this left hip in and back. So we rise back into warrior two. I want you to release the heel, rise back up warrior two. And then tip into side angle. So we came into it from a different angle. We rose up first instead of coming straight into side angle. So variations on what works best. Let's move into reverse warrior, stretching behind as that knee still stays bent. Rise up into triangle. And come into reverse triangle. Watch those hips. Be mindful. Tip into side angle. Parsva Konasana. Then reverse warrior. Trikonasana, triangle. Big stretch away from your tailbone. Rise into reverse triangle. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Breath with movement. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more round. Find your pace. Good. Very nice. So from this reverse triangle, we're going to windmill down into our low lunge. And then step into plank. Shift your chest forward over your thumbs. Step your foot halfway up the mat. And then move it over to the side a little bit. Flip your heels to the right. And as you come into this variation of side plank, lift up and over like you're making a rainbow. Pull your right hip from the earth. And then bring it down. Look to your left thumb. Rise up. This is optional. You can stay in plank or kneeling plank. You can go into table. And you can do your spinal balance. From here, when our hip comes down, I want you to lift up. Make your way into three-legged dog, sending that left leg to the sky. Flex the foot, bend the knee, roll the hip open. Keep your left shoulder aiming to your right heel. For lizard, bring that foot outside the hand. Let your right knee go down. Yeah. And then those hips drop forward. So if your foot ended up behind your hand, pick it up, bring it forward, and then shift those hips. Feels nice to just slow down for a moment, right? And then shifting back. Sometimes the nice thing about doing vinyasa is we have so much on our mind, but when we come onto the mat, because we're moving with breath, we're able to block all those thoughts out and just enjoy movement. Come forward. Rock back. Come forward. Rock back. We're going to do this 2 more times of our rock and roll. And on that last one, rock forward, but send your right toe over to the left edge of the mat. You're welcome to stay here or rise up onto that thigh. You don't have to go anywhere from here, but place your hand on your hip. Either turn your toes under or leave them flat, but take that kneeling version of your reverse warrior and take your left hand up and over. And when you're ready, windmill down. Come into your power vinyasa. Step into plank and either stay here or lower to the earth. Scoop to the sun. Hinge back. Hold. Now I invite you to stay in down dog or bring your elbows to the mat for dolphin. You can either interlace your fingers, place your palms together, but let your head go towards your toes. So I want your head to hang. Yeah, good. Drive your shoulders into your elbows into the earth. So instead of your shoulders coming up by your ears, pull them away. Then tiptoe your toes in 1 inch. Tiptoe them in another inch. Head is off the ground. Can you tiptoe them in another inch? If you're like, yeah, no, then don't do it. Walk all the way out to a hover plank and release all the way to the mat. All right, take your arms out to your sides. Well, back out by your sides. We're going to do Shalabhasana Locust. And I'm going to play around with this mic to get it out of my way. All right, so either your chin or your forehead on the mat. And inhale, lift everything up off the earth. Pull your belly button to your spine. Exhale, come on down. Turn your head to one side. Inhale, nice and deep. Open, let it out. Come back to center. Inhale, lift up. Can you bend the left knee? Bring the right arm up, around and back, and find that foot. Lifting your heart. Now the left arm can be reaching behind. It can be reaching forward. And return to the earth. Turn your head to the other side. Inhale, nice and deep. Open, let it out. Come back to center. Inhale, lift everything. So you can always stay in locust. Bend the right knee. Take your left arm forward first. Reach it up and around. And either leave the right arm reaching back or reach it forward, whatever feels best. Release. Come back to center. Turn your head to one side. Inhale. Let it out. Now, come to center. Lift everything up. Back strength is so important. Cross your ankles. Bend your knees. See if you can reach for the feet. Take them into your hands. If you're not able to, it does not matter. You can bend your knees or you can keep them out long. What works for you is not about what your neighbor can do or what I can do. When you're ready, release. Turn your head to one side. Inhale nice and deep. Exhale, let it out. As your hands come underneath your forehead or chin, bend those knees, windshield wiper the legs. Give a little ease to that back. Roll from hip to hip. And bring your hands under your chest. Press up into kneeling plank. Turn toes under, lift into down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let's float that right foot off the mat. Inhale forward, bring the knee to the nose, round your back. Rise back up. Forward, knee to nose. Rise up. 2 more times. Forward, knee to nose. Rise up. Forward, knee to nose. As we take our funky version of Anjaneyasana, warrior lunge, bring your right shin to the mat between the knees, hands, and release your toes. So our knee is in front, not out to the side like we do in pigeon. Fingertips to the mat, lift your heart. Then for a deeper challenge, bring your elbows into your ribs, spin your palms out and open the heart. Still pull the ribs in and the belly in. Come back down to the earth. Sweep into three-legged to transition into pigeon. So rise up and then come to pigeon. Knee to the right, foot to the left. Yeah. So this version, our knee is out to the side. If you need that block, send the block under the sit bone. If this still does not work for you, seated Z or lay on your back, reclining pigeon. Inhale up nice and tall. We're doing twists, right? So keep your left hand on the mat. Take your right arm up and back. So you saw this in locust, right? Where we reach for that opposite foot. can you reach for the left foot? Some of you will stay here. Be careful popping up onto your knees. If you are, squeeze your inner thighs. Otherwise, heavy in the hips, take the left arm to the sky. Yeah, beautiful. Very nice. When you're ready to release into pigeon bow, slowly release each part of the body and then fold to the earth. From here, I want you to walk your hands back into the body. We're going to meet in forward fold at the back of our mat. So come into down dog first and walk your hands all the way back to your feet into Uttanasana. Inhale, rise to the sky and bring that left knee up. So you can stay here. If you have a belt or a towel, you can use it because you're going to take your peace sign fingers to your big toe. And then you're going to try and extend the leg out into this extended hand to big toe. If not, hold the leg up, put your hands on your hips. We did that earlier. And then you open the arm to the side, open the leg out to the side. You're like, yeah, no. You can hold that inner thigh with the knee bent or toe on the floor, knee bent. All right, come back to center. Take your right hand to the outside of the left foot. We did our twisting today, so can you twist in this pose and find balance? Release, shake it out, stand tall. Ready for the other side. Anchor into your left leg, bring the right knee up. Again, you can have your arms reaching up and stay right here with the leg pressing out. You can reach forward to scoop up that big toe with your peace sign fingers. Take the leg out. Yeah, good. As the arm opens to the side, you can open the leg out to the side. Watch those hips. We were practicing that at the beginning. Be careful of tipping. Come back to center. Go for the twist. Left hand to the outside of the right foot. Right hand reaching back. Nice. Looking to your foot. Looking to the side or over to that right thumb. Heart pulls to the sky. Take a slow release to stand tall. Then inhale, rise up. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Walk your hands out to plank and pause. Take your left foot off the mat, lift into three-legged. Inhale forward, knee to nose. Round your back like cat. Rise up. This can be done in table with your right knee on the mat. Rise up 2 more times. Knee to nose. Rise up 1 more time. Knee to nose. Let's move into that funky version of Anjaneyasana. Send your knee between your thumbs. Let your hips go heavy. Come up onto those fingertips. Remember, if you're off your heel, that's fine. I just need you to squeeze your inner thighs so your kneecaps don't take all the weight. Those of you that want your elbows into your ribs, heart lifting, be careful of ribs flaring. It means you let your abs go. Pull it in, open the heart. When you release, make your way back into three-legged to come into pigeon. Rise up, and then knee to the left, foot to the right. Use the block, take seated Z, or reclining pigeon. Now remember, we've been twisting, so right hand to the center of the mat. You don't have to twist. Left arm up and back. You can stay here, or bend the knee and go for that right foot. Remember, if you're up on your knees, squeeze those inner thighs. Then if you want, take that right hand to the sky. Slowly release, and if you can, fold to the earth, and just take an easy breath here. What can you let go of that will not serve you? Slowly walk the hands back into the body. Sit to the side, bring those legs around. As the legs come around front, I want you to reach to the sun and come up and over with that rib cage as you hinge towards the toes. Not necessarily about being able to grab those feet. is just offering the heart forward and allowing yourself to let go. Just stretch. Slowly rise up. Bring the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. If you come into this pose and you're automatically buckling in your back, take your fingertips behind your back and just stay up tall. You'll still get that stretch. Otherwise, take your hands to your ankles, lift up tall, and when you tip forward, just gently let your elbows rest on your thighs. Think of your knees pulling down and back, sending the tip of your femurs deeper into that hip socket. As you rise up, either stay facing forward or open up into your seated straddle, Upavista Konasana. You can either take your fingertips behind your back or slowly tip forward. Whether you reach the arms out long, this is for that inner thigh stretch. So allow yourself to just find that stretch for the inner thighs. And it's not about your chest getting to the floor, just a stretch. As you walk your hands back into the body, take your left leg and tuck it in. And then stretch over to the right. Keep your right leg heavy to the earth as your left sit bone keeps pulling back down to the mat. Inhale, rise up. Change legs. You can also do this with both legs out straight. It's up to you. And then tip over to the other leg. And again, stay heavy in those sit bones. Slowly rise to center. Turn back to the length of your mat. Slowly lower yourself down. We're going to do some supine twists just for those of you that want a little more release for your back. So when you lay back, I want you to bring your left knee over your hip and see about crossing your right thigh over the left. So almost like eagle legs. You don't have to go here. You can go to figure four or you can stack the shins to the sun. But when you take your arms out to the side, roll your hips and knees over to the left. So just a different variation for these legs. You can turn and look to the right hand. Inhale, come back to center. Uncross the leg, recross left leg over the right. And again, you can keep your knees stacked, figure four, or these eagle legs. And now roll everything to the right with the option of turning and looking to the left. Keep your left shoulder on the mat. Inhale, bring the legs back to center, uncross, lower the feet to the earth. And as you slowly release the arms to your sides and slide the legs out nice and long, just take a moment here. And again, imagine your body going heavy, making that imprint on your mat. Soften the jaw, relaxing the tongue. Feel like your eyes are resting at the back of your skull. You're welcome to lay here longer or start to wiggle those fingers and toes, bringing movement to the body. Take a nice big inhale, sigh it out. If you'd like, take your hands together, rub those palms, create a lot of heat in those hands, and then gently place those palms over the eyes. While you're here, have your exhale last longer than your inhale. On your next inhale, stretch the arms long, reach through the fingers and toes. And on an exhale, hug the legs into the body of love and gratitude for this amazing body you have and all the time you've spent on this mat. Take a gentle roll to the right or left, using that bottom arm like a pillow. And if there's anything you need to let go of, do that now. As you press into your hands to rise up, just allow ease and peace for the rest of the day. We can bring our hands to the heart. And let's finish with Om Shanti 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 He, our Om Peace Peace Peace. So we can take an inhale. Om Shanti 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 He. Thank you so much for coming. Have a great day. We can smile and finish with Namaste. Have a great afternoon.